How we doing YouTube? McCann here and welcome to another FIFA 21 video. It's currently 10 to 9 on a Sunday evening. So this video is just going to be about the content that's been released over the weekend, especially the FUT Freeze, because they did state they were releasing a player SBC and a puzzle challenge each night, 6 PM content. So, and that has been happening. So I'm just going to look at the SBCs that have come out, and I also have a wee, just to give you a wee insight in what you can actually do instead of completing the SBCs, because some of these SBC cards in terms of the players and that are coming in quite expensive. So obviously it's only like the third day of the promo, so you'll not want to be putting all your fodder and your coins and that into these players right at the start, in case they bring out like better players towards the end of the month for Christmas and stuff. So I've got a wee kind of hack that I've kind of worked out you can actually do, and I'll get onto that in a wee second. But firstly, in terms of objectives, it's still the Yannick Bolasie objective that's there. Again, I done a previous video on Yannick Bolasie, and he looks quite a decent card to get for very little grind of the game. So I've not yet started him. I've actually been working off stream today, just completing DLFAO, so I've completed him. I'm still yet to start my icon swaps and my icon swaps too. So I'm going to get around to that through the week and hopefully get them finished off along with the FUT Freeze Bailey, which is, as I said, a decent card. But in terms of the SBCs, let me run along to the SBCs now. We have had a Christian Ansaldi released and a Liam Bailey released in the last. So he was out Saturday night, which was last night's content, and tonight's content was Liam Bailey. If you actually go into the requirements for what they're looking for these cards, I mean, a Serie A player, Team of the Week or FUT Champs player, 85 team rated, 65 chemistry, and 11 obviously in the squad. That's probably going to be about between 80 and 100k, probably nearer the 100k because of the Team of the Week player. For Liam Bailey, he's very similar. He's again an 85 rated squad. He doesn't need the Team of the Week, but again, a Bundesliga player, 85 rated squad, 70 chemistry, and 11 players in the squad. These SBCs for these cards are coming in quite expensive, in my opinion. I mean, this Ansaldi card is actually a decent card, but for me, I have Zanetti at right back, so he's going to be used for my right back for probably to the end of the game and until team of the season, or if I pack a better team of the year right back card. So there's no any need for me to try and get an 85 rated squad together to get this card. Fair enough if you're looking for like first owner Serie A cards and whatever Italian league cards. I respect the fact that you're doing it, because I have thought about doing him. The reason I thought about doing him was because it's in terms of the icon swaps, it's the top 5 leagues. You need to win 6 games in the top 5 leagues with 5 first owner cards, but I run a first owner account, so all my cards are first owner. So he would be the best possible right back for the Italian league now. But again, it's that 85, it's the 85 squad, and the price roughly being about between 80 and 100k. It's putting me off doing that, especially the fact that I'm not going to use him in champs or division rivals or anything like that. He's only going to be used for icon swaps at Italian league or any Argentinian teams I need to put together, and these are all in friendlies usually, which then brings me on to this, we'll say hack. It's not a hack, right? It's not a hack, but the insight that I've got to these cards, putting them into the teams for friendlies, right? They are releasing loans. So you've got the Marquinhos loan that I have done his card, an 86 rated team. I've done his cards because I know how to use him. I used him this weekend in champs, and I've just completed, before I started this video, I just completed, if you bear with me, I just completed the Christian. Why is it not coming up? I don't know why it's not coming up. Go to live maybe. I've just completed the Ansaldi card. As you can see there, I've completed his loan card. So as I said, I am going to just complete Liam Bailey as we speak right now, but I'm going to complete his loan. Just bear with me. So as you can see, I mean, I've got 4 brick slots here, 5 brick slots here, so I'm only actually putting 6 players, 1 Jamaican player, minimum quality silver, and a 35 rated chemistry squad for a loan card. Now, the point I'm trying to make is I'm never going to use this Liam Bailey in champs. and I'm never ever going to use Christian Ansaldi in champs either. But I will use them in friendlies. For example, you're never going to get like a Jamaican use a Jamaican squad, and because it's a small nation, right? But any Bundesliga friendlies objectives that come up, Liam Bailey's there. Any Italian league objectives or any Argentinian league objectives, I can use Ansaldi. So when you're using cards who are loan cards, you can use them in friendlies, and they don't take any. They don't reduce the amount of games that they have for you. So for example, these guys have got 3 games with you. That doesn't reduce when you're playing friendlies. It only reduces when you're playing, like, for example, division rivals or FUT champs. So to do these cards on the loan, you're technically getting these cards straight up. If you are only going to use them in friendlies, then you'll be able to use them all year round as much as you want, because it doesn't take away any of the games or that they have for your club. So that is what I would suggest, me personally, unless you have got a connection with this player, whether he's played with one of your previous clubs, or he's from the nation that you support, or where you're from, or he plays with the team you support, for example. I would not be putting 85 rated squads into a Leon Bailey 84 rated card and a Christian Ansaldi card. They're not worth it in my opinion. There is no way. There is other alternatives in the market. This Liam Bailey card's coming in between 80 and 100k. There is so many other ones. You can get an Eden Hazard for less than 100k, which is so much better. So again, as I said, I'm just going to complete this. So I'll just jump into and see what Jamaican players I have. Hopefully I have got a Jamaican player. If not, we'll need to buy them, and it could be quite pricey. So if I get any Jamaican players, I actually have Liam Bailey sell. But we'll put this Powell in, which is decent, and then we can just finish this off with any MLS cards really. So they need to be obviously minimum quality silver, so we'll put him in because he's non-rare. We'll put him in as well. Any left backs? I'll take this one because he's not that pacey. Arsenal still getting beat 1-0. And then we'll see what CDMs we have. So we'll take Bradley and Shara. So there we have, right, Liam Bailey, the loan card completed. Put him into the squad. Into the club, sorry. Now this guy's obviously got a 3-match game for your club, right? But as I said, I mean, it is a nice card, a dead eye on this guy, and he's a very usable card. With that pace is cracked, the dribbling is very, very nice, the shooting and the passing are needing the boost, hence the dead eye chem style. But he's got a flare trait and outside the foot shot trait, which is nice at 4-star, 4-star. But as I said, you're not going to put an 85 rated squad together to complete an 84 Liam Bailey. As I said, there is much better alternatives on the market, and I think as this promo goes on and on, I think that there will be better cards that are coming out. For example, if I can get that, if I can get that picture up that they are displaying in the front here, there you go. So we have Liam Bailey today. Tomorrow we've got a Spanish striker. Then on Tuesday we have a Man United player, and on Wednesday we have an Italian striker. So I think that this promo is just going to get better each day. Whether the SBCs or that are going to stay roughly the same price, I don't think so. I think obviously depending on the type of player and how good the player is, you're going to spend more money. But what I'm suggesting is, if you feel like these SBCs are too much, like for me, for example, I mean, I can complete these SBCs no bother. I've got a decent amount of coins, I've got a decent amount of fodder, but an 85 rated squad for a Leon Bailey and an 85 rated squad for a Christian Ansaldi, they're not going straight into my champs teams, and this is my main point. Unless the player is going to be playing in, for example, your division rivals teams or your champs teams, or you know you have a connection with this player, whether he's from the nation that you're from, or plays with the club you support, or you just like the player in general, I would strongly advise you to stay away from the actual cards, like the normal cards that were going to be in your club forever, and just go for the loans and just play them with the friendlies. Because you look at these swaps. Right? So we've got icon swaps. Win 6 matches in the 1 league FUT friendly with at least 5 first owners. Right, so there's Leon Bailey for the Bundesliga. I now have 1 first owner Bundesliga player. And then for the Ansaldi, I have 1 first owner Serie A player. Now, as I said, my squad is my My club is fully first owner. That's what I run. I never buy anybody unless I'm putting them in an SBC. Again, that's very rare, but my full club is first owner, so I just run first owner all the time, so that's not a problem for me. But I'll show you an example right now of why I'm suggesting this right now, right? So if I go to squads, so I have my Serie A swaps up and out. He is the best first owner Serie A right back that I have, and the rest I still need to position change Carrera and stuff, right? But the front six is absolutely top tier, good players there, right? And then you've got Sandro. I'm probably going to be taking Romagnoli from the season progress. This is why I'm going to leave the Serie A swaps towards the end, so that when I do get the Romagnoli, I can put him straight in here and then fire away with that. But you look at, I now have a Christian Ansaldi first owner right back for the Serie A, which is bang on. He's got 3 games on him, but as I said, you play these guys in friendlies and these cards will not move for that 3 games. You will always see these cards unless you play with them in champs. Don't play with them in squad battles, because that runs your matches down as well. So anything on friendlies, and the way this game has been going since it came out is every single player objective is through friendlies, which I've enjoyed about this game so much. So that's kind of the hack, if you want to call it the hack. It's not really a hack. It's just a way of avoiding spending unnecessary fodder, unnecessary coins on cards that, in my opinion, aren't exactly worth it. I would advise you guys to save your coins if that's how you do your SBCs, or save your fodder for cards that are actually going to be usable within your actual division rivals teams or your FUT champs teams, or as I said, until a player comes out but you're like that to yourself, I want that player in my team. Now an example I can see right here is a Mobley. My favourite nation ever is Italy. I love Italy, I love the country, I love the culture, and I love Ciro Immobile. He was an 84 and an 83 rated squad to complete. Now he's no very, I mean, you look at his shooting stats, they're absolutely cracked. He's not got the best of pace. His agility balance, he is heavy in game, and his passing, other than short pass, everything else is not that great. But I've got a connection with this player in terms of I like this player a lot, so I went and completed him, and also it gives me a top drawer first owner, Serie A striker. But that's the example I'm meaning. So I would stay away from these cards unless you've got the connection with the player, or unless you like card. I mean, I like card collecting as well, but to an extent, I'm not going to spend an 85 rated team on a Christian Ansaldi because I have Zanetti at right back for my first team, for my FUT champs team. So I'm never going to use this Christian Ansaldi guy, unless, for example, they're looking for Italian league teams to complete objectives or whatever. So that's just my wee insight. That's my advice. Again, you guys can batter away and do what you're going to do. But if he's like the idea I've brought to you, then leave me a comment. Let me know how you feel about it. And as I say, if you are liking the content I'm supplying, drop me a like and drop me a subscribe. It would be much appreciated, honestly. And see if you hit the bell button, I'll let you know when I'm releasing new content. I usually release a YouTube vid every couple of days, so I can kind of get good length in that in my YouTube videos in terms of if there's a couple of SBCs that are out. So as I say, guys, that's my advice on the FUT Freeze. So don't be too worried, because I'm a card collector and I like doing every single SBC. But as I say, these guys are just not worth the 85 rated squads that EA are asking for. It's kind of ridiculous. But if you do like collecting cards, don't be too worried that you're missing out on these players, because as I say, the loan option is there. So go and do the Marquinhos loan, the Ansaldi loan, the Leon Bailey loan. Go and get these guys done, because you still will get use out of them in the friendly modes. And that is what I'm going to do, unless a player jumps out at me and I think to myself, he's going to play in my FUT champs team, or I like this player so I'm going to do this player. Stay away for the actual SBCs and just fire in the loan SBCs, and then you can get, as I said, these guys for as long as you want to do them on the friendly mode. That is what most of the player objectives and stuff is this year, so it actually works out to be quite good. So as I said, guys, leave me a comment, let me know how you feel about it, drop me a like, subscribe, as I said, it is appreciated, and hit the bell button so you know when I'm dropping content. But anyway, guys, you enjoy your Sunday evening, hope you've had a great weekend, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, peace and love, guys. I'm out, cheers.